Hello, my dear students. I hope you're all safe. Do study for CET properly. Okay. The main weightage is on CET examination only, probably because your board exams are not going to be conducted. So you need to be very, very serious about CET. Okay. Let's take up the CET session on straight lines and 3D geometry. I hope you remember all the important points. So what I do is I don't discuss synopsis right now. As in when I discuss or take up a particular question, I let you know which formula or which concept has to be applied there. Okay. Yes. The inclination of a straight line passing through the point minus 3 comma 6 and the midpoint of the line joining these 2 points. You know what is the midpoint of this? What is midpoint of line joining 2 points? x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. Hope you remember x1 plus x2 by 2, 4 minus 2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, minus 5 plus 9 by 2. This gives us 1 comma 2, isn't it? 2 by 2, 1 and 4 by 2 is 2. What is required? We want the inclination, that is the slope. Slope of line joining what to what? Minus 3 comma 6 and the midpoint of these two, that is 1 comma 2. You know how to find slope of line joining 2 points. It is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Difference of ordinates by difference of abscissas. Do you remember? Slope of line joining 2 points. If you have 2 points, x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. Slope of AB, you call this point as A, this is B. Slope of AB is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Difference of ordinate ಅಂದ್ರೆ y coordinate, abscissa ಅಂದ್ರೆ x coordinate. ಹಾಗೆ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ slope ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. Slope ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? You define slope as tan theta, tangent of angle of inclination. So it is 2 minus 6 divided by 1 minus of minus 3, which is plus 3. So you get tan theta is equal to minus 4 by 4, which is minus 1. What is asked? You want inclination. Inclination is nothing but theta. Slope. Sorry, it is the angle of inclination. Inclination is the angle made by the line with the positive direction of x-axis. Tan theta stands for the slope. Theta stands for inclination. So for what angle tan theta becomes minus 1? It is not pi by 4, not pi by 6, not pi by 3. Of course, tan of 135, 3 times 45, 135 gives you theta is equal to 3 pi by 4. Okay, this is the right answer. Option D. Yes, let's take up the next one. If the points are collinear, you know, when do you say the points are collinear? They should lie on the same line. Let us take A as 1, 0, B as 0, 1, and C as x, comma 8. If these 3 points are collinear, one method is you have to use distance formula. That becomes tedious. You have to show that one distance is equal to sum of the, take one distance as sum of the other 2 distances and find x. Here, they are given to be collinear. That is lengthy. But the other method is, of course, you can either go for area of triangle. If the points are collinear, area is equal to 0 and find the value of x. Or you can go for slope method. That is the easiest. You know, if ABC are collinear, slope of AB should be same as slope of BC. This is the easiest method. Just now we learned how to find the slope of line joining 2 points. Ordinates. If you start from this point, you have to subtract y from y, x from x. It has to go in the same order. Or if you start from here, subtract y from y coordinate and x from x. Okay, don't interchange. y2 minus y1, 1 minus 0 divided by 0 minus 1 equal to, what is slope of BC? You know how to find slope of BC? 8 minus 1 divided by x minus 0. So we end up with, this is minus 1, isn't it? 1 minus 1 equal to what? 7 by x. So interchange, cross multiply, you get x is equal to minus 7. Maybe this option has to be minus 7, make it minus 7. Okay, so option D has to be the correct answer. Okay. Next one. This is a good question. See, most of these questions, of course, have appeared in previous year CET question papers. The ratio in which the y-axis divides the line segment joining the points. So this is a point to be noted. Ratio in which y-axis divides, let us take the points as x1, y1 and b, x2, y2 is minus x1 by x2. Similarly, if it was x-axis dividing the points, in the place of y, if you have x here, then the ratio becomes what? Minus y1 by y2. I believe you follow. You just remember this. Ratio in which y-axis divides the points is minus x1 by x2. Hade x-axis agidre minus y1 by y2 agtaite. Aita? Yes. So let us go to this. So you have minus 4 comma 2 and 8 comma 3. Take this as x1, y1. This as x2, y2. So the ratio will be minus of minus 4 divided by x2. Followed? There is minus sign here. X1, I wrote x1 divided by x2, which is 8. So it is 4 by 8. The ratio becomes 1:2. Okay, if there is no minus sign, you call this to be internal division. If the minus sign comes in the picture, you call that to be external division. I hope this is clear. Moving on to the next. Equation of straight line making equal intercepts on the axis and passing through the point. You remember different forms of straight lines. What are the different forms of straight lines? One is slope intercept form. What is slope intercept form? Y is equal to mx plus c, where m stands for the slope of the line, which is tan theta. What is c? It is the y-intercept. You know what is the meaning of intercept? When the line cuts y-axis at this point, the distance from origin to the point wherein which the line cuts y-axis is the y-intercept. Okay, if the y-intercept is c, the line must pass through. This is the line which is cutting y-axis. The line must pass through the point. You know the coordinates of any point on y-axis, it becomes 0, c. Similarly, if the line cuts x-axis, if the line cuts x-axis at this point, say, and if this length is, say, t, if the x-intercept is t, okay, this length from origin to A, then the coordinates of this point becomes t, 0. What is this distance called? X-intercept. All right. Yes. Coming back here. And then I just take up the other forms also. This is slope intercept form. You know, 1 point slope form. What is 1 point slope form of line? Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. And you have 2 point form. To determine the equation of line, you need two parameters. See here we have a point and a slope. Here we had the slope and the y-intercept. So sometimes the question will be like this. To find the equation of line, how many parameters are required? How many parameters do we require? Two parameters. In the 2-point form, you will be given 2 points, x1, y1 and x2, y2. The equation of line becomes y minus y1 is equal to which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. And the intercepts form, what is intercepts form? Intercepts form is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. What is a called? A is the x-intercept and b is y-intercept. I hope you got me. So coming to this question, equation of straight line making equal intercepts. So required line, because he's talking about intercepts, required line should be of the form intercept form, x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. What is given? It has equal intercepts, so a should be equal to b. So replace b by a. You get x by a plus y by a is equal to 1. So equation of line becomes x plus y is equal to a. Okay, this line passes through which point? 2, 4. This passes through 2, 4. So substitute, replace x by 2, y by 4. Substitute for x and y. You get 2 plus 4 is equal to a. Therefore, a is 6. Now substitute back in this equation. Therefore, the required line should be is x plus y is equal to 6. This is the required line. Okay, do we have this option? Yes, we have option C. You take this to left side, it becomes x minus x plus y minus 6 is equal to 0. And is there any easy way to answer this instead of going for all these, step-by-step method? Yes. So look at this. When you look at this equation, you can tell me what are x and y intercepts. ಇದು ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು I can write 4x minus y is equal to 4. So intercept formally, you need to have 1 on the right side. If you divide by 4, what do you get? Tell me. X minus y by 4 is equal to 1. Obviously, x-intercept is not same as y-intercept. What is x-intercept? 1. What is y-intercept? You have to take plus sign here and take the minus sign over here. So x-intercept becomes a 1, y-intercept becomes minus 4. X and y-intercepts are not same. Same thing works here. It doesn't work. Alva, x and y intercepts will not be same. Not here. So this is the only option where in which x and y intercepts are same. And how do you check it passes through the point 2, 4? Substitute for x and y. 2 plus 4 minus 6 gives you 0. So this is the way you need to try in the CET examination, because time constraint is so much in the examination. You can maximum afford 1 minute for one question, isn't it? Yes. And you might be wondering, how is that possible? There are few questions. When you look at the question, you can answer them within seconds. And some questions require little more time. So you can easily manage all the questions. Fine. Okay. I move on to the next one. Yes. The equation of the line passing through the point and perpendicular to this. So you have an equation, we want the equation of this line, which is passing through 1, 2, and it is perpendicular to this line. The equation of this line is x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. So as I told you earlier, to find the equation of line, you require two parameters. Already, you want the equation of this line. This is the one you are asked to find. Okay, you want the equation of the line which is passing through 1, 2. So how do you find this? Okay, this is the line. This line is required for us. Okay, this is x1, y1. Also, it is given that it is perpendicular to this line. You know how the slopes of the perpendicular lines will be. You find out the slope of this. I hope you remember what is slope of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. It is minus a by b. Slope of this line is minus a by b. So find out what is the slope of this. A is 1, b is also 1. So it is minus 1 by 1, which is minus 1. And you know, if the two lines are perpendicular, the product of their slopes should be equal to minus 1. If the two lines are perpendicular, m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. And same way, remember, if two lines are parallel, their slope should be equal. If they are parallel, m1 is equal to m2. If they are perpendicular, product of the slope should be equal to minus 1. So if the slope of this line is minus 1, what should be the slope of the line which is perpendicular to it? So here the slope should be 1. Why? Because when you multiply these two, you get minus 1. All right. So you have the point and you have the slope. So which form will give us the required equation of the line? You go for 1 point slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. All right. So y minus y1, y minus 2 is equal to m andreno 1 into x minus 1. Simplify this, you get x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Here everywhere you get to see y minus x. So multiply minus sign. Multiplying by minus 1, you get, I write positive term first, y minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so where do you get this option? Option B. That is the right answer. And is there a easy way to solve this? Of course, you go for all the options, substitute the point 1, 2. Does it work here? If you substitute in the option A, y is 2, x is 1, minus 1 plus 1. No, you're not getting 0. So option A is ruled out. B definitely works. How about C? This is 2 minus 1 plus 2. This is not working. How about C? C also doesn't work. B and C are one and the same, isn't it? Yes, we'll make the option B and D. Make this. So in that case also, D also doesn't work. So you could have guessed B should be the right answer. Also, you remember one more point. Any line perpendicular to, note this point, any line perpendicular to ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is of the form, you just interchange coefficients of x and y, bx minus ay plus some other constant equal to 0. All right, remember this. ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, x and y coefficient interchange ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ನಂಬರ್ k ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹಾಗೆ ಎನಿ ಲೈನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಟು ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is of the form, ಹೀಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತದು, ax plus by plus some k is equal to 0. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? ಸೊ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಮೆಥಡ್ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಏನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಥಡ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎನಿ ಲೈನ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟು x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಇಂಟರ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಏನಾಯ್ತು? x minus y plus k is equal to 0 ಆಯ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಸಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್? 1, 2. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ವೈಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಹಾಕಿ 1 minus 2 plus k is equal to 0. ಸೊ k ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? 1 ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ y minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. So ಈ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಈ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮೋರ್ ಅಪ್ರಾಪ್ರಿಯೇಟ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್, ಸುಮಾರು ಸರಿ ಮರ್ತೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಹೋಗಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎರರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಅ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ನೋಟೆಡ್, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Next, a line passing through the point of intersection of these two and parallel to the line. So, ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? A line is passing through intersection of two lines. What are the equations of these two lines? One is 2x plus y is equal to 5. The other line is x plus 3y. ಅದು mostly x minus 3y ಆಗಬೇಕು. Okay, make it minus 3y. Minus 3. Okay, x minus 3y. Plus 8 is equal to 0. So there's a line passing through the intersection of these two. This is the required line. Nange bekagiro line is the dotted line. And he has given it is parallel to this line, which is the line which is parallel to my required line. 3x plus 4y is equal to 7. Okay. You know how to find the slope of this line. What is the slope of this line? It is minus a by b minus 3 by 4. So my required line, which is the dotted line, will also have the slope same as this. Why? Because the lines are parallel, they have equal slopes. So I know one of the parameters to find the equation of my line. What else I want? I need to find the point of intersection. I call this point as P. How do I get the point P? By solving these two. Solving x minus 3y plus 8 is equal to 0 and 2x plus y equal to or minus 5 equal to 0. Okay, I brought constant to one side. And make the coefficient of x or y same. So shall we multiply this by 2? So if I multiply this by 2, I get 2x minus 6y plus 16 equal to 0. Add these two, subtract these two equations. So x and x will go, you get minus 7y and this becomes plus, isn't it? Plus 21 is equal to 0. So minus 7y is equal to minus 21 gives us y is equal to 3. So we shall substitute this in one of the equations. If we substitute in 2x plus y is equal to 5, you get 2x is equal to 5. Y is 3. So what should be x? X is equal to 1. So the point P has the coordinates 1, 3. Now the rest of the things are very simple. You have the point and you have the slope. So go for 1 point slope form. What is that? Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. x1 is 1, isn't it? Yes. Simplification gives me 4y minus 12 is equal to minus 3x plus 3. Taking all terms to one side, I get 3x plus 4y. Send this to the other side, equal to 15. I think the option D is not given. Let us make the option D as 3x plus 4y is equal to 15. This is the right answer. Clear? See, the slope has to be, na ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಆಗ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Any line parallel to ax plus by is of the form ax plus by plus k ಅಲ್ವಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ಥರನೇ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಲೈನ್ ಹೆಸರೇನು ಹೇಳಿ? 3x plus 4y plus k is equal to 0. ಇದು ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? 1, 3 ಮೂಲಕ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ 3 plus 12 plus k is equal to 0. ಸೊ k ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? minus 15 ಆಯ್ತು. ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 3x plus 4y minus 15 is equal to 0. Or you shift 15 to the other side. So your option D has to be the appropriate answer. I believe these things you can recall and remember for all the time. Okay, need to remember for a long time. A straight line through the point 3, 4 is such that the intercepts between the axes is bisected at A. You need to understand each and every word properly. A straight line is passing through which point? The point 3, 4. Okay. And what do you mean by intercepted between the axes? It is in between the two axes, x and y axis. Let us take this point as 3, 6. E point. Aita 3, 4. Alva mokle? Yes. Nodi idu x axis, idu y axis. Alva? So e point ಹೆಸರು a ಅಂತ ಕೊಡೋಣ. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹೆಸರು b ಅಂತ ಕೊಡೋಣ. So ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾನು? I want the equation of line which is intercepted between the axes. And it is bisected at A, meaning this is the midpoint of AB. So any point on x-axis has the coordinates x, 0 and y. On y-axis it is 0, y. So you know the midpoint formula. 3, 4 is the midpoint. What is midpoint formula? x1 plus x2 by 2, x plus 0 by 2, and y1 plus y2 by 2. So equate the corresponding coefficients to get coordinates. Equate the corresponding coordinates. X by 2 is equal to 3 and y by 2 is equal to 4. So the coordinates of A become what? 6, 0, and this becomes 0, 8. Now it is very simple job. What do we do? A straight line through this point such that it is bisected at A. What is the equation of this line which is passing through A and B? So you know this length is x-intercept. What is the length? We denote the x-intercept usually by A, which is 6. And this distance, this length is y-intercept, which is 8. So if you know x and y-intercept, the required line should be of the form x by A plus y by B is equal to 1. Substitute here, your job is done. X by 6 plus y by 8 equal to 1. You take the LCM. The LCM is 24, isn't it? For 6 4s and 8 3s, so equal to 1. So which is the right answer? Option C. 4x plus 3y is equal to 24. This cannot be done by mere inspection. You need to follow these things. And this works out very easily. Okay. So you need to follow each and every word that is given in the question. So what do you mean by bisected? This is the midpoint. Use midpoint formula. Find out what are A and B. Once you know A and B, you get x-intercept, y-intercept. Once the intercepts are known, you know how the equation can be got. Use intercept form, substituting for A and B, and on simplification, we get option C as our right answer. Okay, this is also a good question. Moving on to the next, the equation of right bisector of the line segment joining the points. You know, there are two given points. Which are the points? 7, 4 and -1, -2. These are the two given points. What is required for me? I want the right bisector. The bisector is the one which divides the line into two equal parts. Right bisector, it is perpendicular to this dotted line is perpendicular to AB. You want the equation of this right bisector. Right bisector andre ee line idella black colored line idu red ಗೆ perpendicular ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದರ equation ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬಹುದು. ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬಹುದು? Because this is the midpoint. Use midpoint formula. We call this point as P. What is midpoint formula? x1 plus x2 by 2. That is 7 minus 1 by 2. y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, you get the midpoint. What are the coordinates? 6 by 2 is 3 and 2 by 2 is 1. So you have this point. And I need one more data, isn't it? You require two parameters. You find out what is slope of AB. What is slope of AB? Slope of line joining two points. Minus 2 minus 4 divided by minus 1 minus 7 gives me what? This is minus 6 by minus 8, which is 3 by 4. So if the slope of this line is 3 by 4, what should be the slope of this line which is perpendicular to it? I call this as m. It has to be minus 4 by 3. Why? Tell me. When you multiply these two, you should get minus 1. Remember easily, if this is 3 by 4, the slope of the line which is perpendicular to it should be the negative reciprocal. Negative minus. If it is minus, it becomes plus. Plus is the minus sign. Reciprocal. Reciprocal of 3 by 4 is 4 by 3. Okay, you have the point on the line, the black line, which is 3, 1. I call this as x1 by 1. And also you know the slope. So which form will help us? Again, 1 point slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to m is minus 4 by 3 into x minus x1. Y minus y1. Yes, it's correct. x1 by 1. X minus x1, x minus 3, cross multiply and simplify. 3y minus 3 is equal to minus 4x plus 12. So I just rearrange the terms. 4x plus 3y is equal to 15. Do I have that? Yes. See, these two options are so confusing. So you need to be very cautious. Option C. Most of the time, you know what happens? We do all these things carefully. While ticking, we just become little negligent. That shouldn't happen. Okay, you need to be cautious throughout. And next one. Yes, the opposite vertices of a square are 1, 2 and 3, 8. Then the equation of diagonal of the square passing through this point. Actually, the question is very simple. What do you mean by opposite vertices? You have a square. You have 4 vertices here, A, B, C, D. A and B are not opposite. They are adjacent. Nor AD. Okay, these are all one beside the other are adjacent. Which are the opposite vertices? A is opposite to C and B is opposite to D. Okay, these are opposite. I hope you got me. So let us take A as 1, 2 and B as C as 3, 8. We want the opposite, isn't it? And what is asked here, the equation of diagonal of the square passing through the point 1, 2. So obviously, if the diagonal is passing through 1, 2, it has to pass through C also. So what is required here? You want equation of the diagonal AC. Required is equation of diagonal AC. All right, you know 2 points. So how do you go for 2-point form? Y minus y1. You take this is x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. So 2-point form y minus y1. y1 is to 2 equal to y2 minus y1. That is 8 minus 2 divided by x2 minus x1. 3 minus 1. ತುಂಬ ಸರಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಸ್ಲೋಪ್. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದು x2 minus x1 by y2 minus y1 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಬ್ಸಿಸಾಸ್. ಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ y, ಆಬ್ಸಿಸಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ x. ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸುಲಭ ಅದು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? So this is y minus 2 is equal to 6 by 2 andre 3 into x minus 1. Simplify. You get 3x minus y minus 1 is equal to 0. ಯಾವುದು ನೋಡಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು? Option A. Option A is the right answer. Followed? Yes. A straight line makes an angle of 135 degree with x-axis and cuts y-axis at a distance of minus 5 units from the origin. Then the equation of the line is, which among the following options is the right answer? Okay, you have a straight line. This is x and y axis I'm writing. Okay. What does the straight line do? It is at an angle of 135 with the x-axis. It is at an angle of 135 degree, obtuse angle. And it is cutting y-axis. This is your y-axis, isn't it? Y dash. Where at a distance of minus 5 units. So if y-intercept is -5, the coordinates of this point become 0, -5. Am I correct? Yes. Then the equation of the line. So you are given inclination, that is theta, and you are given y-intercept. Usually you denote y-intercept by c. So if I know theta, I can find slope. Slope is tan theta. What is tan theta is equal to tan of 135 degrees. I think all of you remember this. Tan of 180 minus 45. You can write it as minus tan 45, which is -1. Okay, slope is known and y-intercept is known. What is y-intercept? You'd usually denote it by c. And now you recall which form has to be applied here. Slope intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus c. Substitute. Y is equal to minus x minus 5. How do you write the equation as? Take all terms to one side. Plus 5 is equal to 0. So you have option C here, which is the correct answer. Okay, how simple it was, isn't it? Hardly it would have taken 20 seconds, provided you know all the basics. Yes. In what ratio the line divides the line joining these 2 points? So this is also a good question, okay? Note down this point. The ratio in which ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 divides a x1 y1 b x2 y2 is minus ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by ax2 plus by2 plus c. All right. This is the short method you need to remember. You might ask me, is there any other alternative? Yes, of course, there is a regular method which we usually teach in the class. So this is the line which is y minus x plus 2, which is dividing this in the ratio m is to n, the line joining 2 points, 3, -1 and 8, 9. So you can find the coordinates of this point using section formula. And this point also lies on this line. So with that, you get this point and then you can find the ratio. It is such a long method. So instead, this formula will help us to get the answers within seconds. Okay, let us move on to this. So this is your equation ax plus by. You can write this as minus x plus y plus 2 is equal to 0. And you take x1, y1 as 3, -1 and x2, y2 as 8, 9. Am I correct? So ratio is minus of ಏನು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು x ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ x1 ಹಾಕಬೇಕು y ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ y1 ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಸೊ a ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು x ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು 3 ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಇದು x1 y1 ಆಮೇಲೆ b ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ b ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಡಬೇಕು y ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು -1 ಹಾಕಬೇಕು +2 ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಡೋದು ಕೆಳಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಹೋಗಿ x ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 8 ಹಾಕಿ y ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 9 ಹಾಕಿ c ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ that's all you need to do okay yes so replace x by -8 replace by 8 there's a minus sign plus what y is replaced by 9 plus 2 I believe this is fine for my students minus of this is -4 plus 2 which is -2 divided by -8 plus 1 plus 9 1 1 plus 2 3 so what does the ratio become it is 2:3 see how simple it is option C has to be the correct answer all right yes let's move on to the next one how do we answer this given 4 lines with the equations so and so Yes. The options are concurrent, perpendicular, sides of rectangle, none of this. So let me write the equations here. X plus 2y is equal to 3. The other equations are 3x plus 4y is equal to 7. And 2x plus 3y is equal to 4. 4x plus 5y is equal to 6. You have these equations. What is given? Concurrent. What do you mean by concurrent? They all intersect at a common point. You are given 4 lines. If they are concurrent, they are supposed to have a common point of intersection. Let us try this. Let us find out the point of intersection of these 2 lines. So for that, I shall multiply this equation by 3. So I get the equation as 3x plus 6y is equal to 9. We shall subtract these 2. Subtracting these 2, I get 2y is equal to 2. This was 9, isn't it? Yes. So y becomes 1. When y is 1, you substitute here in this equation. If y is 1, what does x become? X becomes 1. So the point of intersection of the first 2 lines, this line and this line, becomes 1 each, 1, 1. And if these lines are concurrent, 1, 1 has to lie on this point. 1, 1 does not lie on 2x plus 3y is equal to 4. Why? Because your left and rights are not same. If you replace x by 1, y by 1, you get 5 here. 5 cannot be equal to 4, so it doesn't lie on this line. So option 1 is ruled out. And are they perpendicular? Let us see. So what is the slope of this line? Slope of this line is minus a by b, which is minus half. I call this as m1. m1 is minus half. What is slope of this line? m2, which is minus 3 by 4. What is slope of this line? I call this as m3 minus 2 by 3 minus a by b. What is slope of the fourth line? It is minus 4 by 5. If they were perpendicular, product of the slopes should give us minus 1. So option B cannot be the answer. And when do the lines represent the sides? You know the property of rectangle, sides of the rectangle. So one line should be perpendicular to the other. In none of these options, the product gives us minus 1. So this is also not the answer. So which should be the right answer? None of these. Okay. I hope you got me. The equation of line passing through point 1, 2 and perpendicular to this. Okay, this is a simple question. Let us complete this and end the session. Okay, so this line, any line perpendicular to this should be of the form x plus y plus 7 is equal to 0. Perpendicular line ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ನಾನು ಆಗ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಂಟರ್ಚೇಂಜ್ x and y. ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಹೇಳಿ? x ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಪ್ಲಸ್ k is equal to 0. This passes through your point 1, 2. So substitute ಮಾಡಿ x ಗೆ 1 ಹಾಕಿ y ಗೆ 2 ಹಾಕಿ. So k value ಏನು ಬಂತು? K becomes 1. Therefore required line is ಏನಾಯ್ತು? x minus y plus 1. ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಮೊದಲೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Yes. This is y minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Correct? Option B. Okay.